Great leaders are not just born, they're made through practice, self-awareness, and, most importantly, powerful communication skills. Did you know that 85% of job success comes from having strong communication skills, according to a LinkedIn survey? Yet, only 10% of people consider themselves strong communicators. That means there's a huge gap, and it's the perfect opportunity for you to step up your leadership game. But here's the catch. It's not about talking more, it's about talking right. In this video, you'll discover 5 communication strategies that will transform the way you lead. From mastering the art of listening to using storytelling to motivate your team, these skills are often overlooked, but they hold the key to true leadership success. Want to know how to make your team feel heard and inspired? Or how to give feedback without causing fear or frustration? Stick around, because these tips will change the way you communicate forever. Chapter 1. The Power of Listening. Unlocking the secret to connection. Listening is more than just hearing words. It's about understanding, engaging, and responding. Leaders who listen well are often seen as more approachable, which leads to better relationships with their teams. According to a study by the Harvard Business Review, employees are 4.6 times more likely to feel engaged when their leaders actively listen. This creates a culture of trust, which is essential for success. Listening is also a two-way street. When leaders listen, they show empathy, which strengthens team morale. Have you ever noticed how people talk more openly to leaders who truly listen? It's not just a coincidence. Studies show that 55% of communication is nonverbal, meaning that listening involves paying attention to body language and facial expressions too. Active listening also boosts problem solving. When leaders listen more, they understand the issue better, which leads to more effective solutions. To truly listen, focus on the speaker without interrupting. This makes them feel valued, and it allows you to hear everything before forming an opinion. Leaders should also ask open-ended questions. This allows for a deeper conversation, making the speaker feel understood and supported. Listening is especially crucial during tough times. During crises, leaders who listen to their teams can better gauge the mood and respond appropriately. Did you know that 87% of employees say they feel more connected when their boss listens to their concerns? That connection fuels productivity and loyalty. It's simple. When people feel heard, they are more likely to commit fully to the team's goals. Chapter 2. Clarity over complexity. The art of simple messaging. Complexity often gets in the way of success. As a leader, your job is to communicate clearly. Overcomplicating messages can confuse your team, leading to miscommunication. According to Forbes, 80% of people struggle with understanding business communications due to jargon and ambiguity. The best leaders know that simplicity wins. Think about it. Leaders like Steve Jobs were known for their ability to simplify complicated ideas. Jobs made Apple products intuitive, not just in design but also in how they were communicated. Simplifying a message allows everyone to grasp your vision and take action. The key to clarity is structure. Instead of using long, convoluted sentences, try breaking down your ideas into bullet points. When you simplify your messaging, you make your point easier to digest and act upon. This also reduces the chances of misunderstandings. Use metaphors and analogies to make your point. For example, think of our team like a football team. The goal is the same: winning the game. Everyone's role is essential, but each player needs to trust their position. This approach helps to visualize complex ideas. Another tip is to remove unnecessary words. According to the Plain Language Institute, clear communication can improve productivity by 25%. When leaders communicate with clarity, it creates an environment where everyone can focus on executing the mission, rather than deciphering unclear instructions. Chapter 3. Nonverbal Mastery. Speak without words. Did you know that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal? That means body language, tone, and facial expressions are just as important as what you say. Leaders who master nonverbal communication are often more successful in inspiring their teams. When a leader's body language is open and approachable, it invites collaboration. Imagine you're giving a speech, but your arms are crossed and your head is down. Your words may be inspiring, but your body says otherwise. Body language speaks louder than words, and this can make or break your leadership influence. One simple technique is to maintain eye contact. It shows you're engaged and confident. Research by the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior shows that leaders who maintain steady eye contact are seen as more trustworthy and competent. Smiling is another powerful tool. A genuine smile can create a sense of warmth and approachability. According to Psychology Today, leaders who smile during tough situations help reduce stress levels within their teams. Leaders can also use hand gestures to emphasize points. Open palms can suggest honesty and transparency, while pointing or closed fists might come across as aggressive. The key is to keep it natural, don't overdo it, or it can become distracting. Lastly, tone is everything. How you say something is just as important as what you say. A confident tone can inspire action, while a timid tone can make people doubt your leadership. Practice varying your tone to match the message you're delivering. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss the next chapter where we dive into the emotional side of leadership communication. Chapter 4. Emotional Intelligence. The silent force of leadership. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is the ability to understand and manage your emotions and those of others. Leaders with high EQ are better at navigating stressful situations and building stronger relationships with their teams. In fact, Daniel Goleman, a leading authority on EQ, found that 90% of top performers have high emotional intelligence. Leaders with EQ understand when their team is frustrated, excited, or disengaged. Instead of brushing off these emotions, they address them with empathy and care. According to TalentSmart, 58% of your job performance is tied to your EQ. EQ also involves being aware of your own emotions and how they affect your decision-making. When you're aware of your emotional triggers, you're less likely to react impulsively. This helps you stay calm under pressure and make better choices. Leaders with high EQ are also good at giving feedback. They know how to deliver criticism in a way that is constructive, not demotivating. This is crucial because 65% of employees say they would work harder if they received more feedback. Having EQ also means adapting your communication style to suit the individual needs of your team members. Some people respond better to direct communication, while others need a softer, more encouraging approach. Chapter 5. Storytelling for Influence. Turning vision into reality. Stories are one of the most powerful tools a leader can use to communicate. Think about great leaders throughout history. They didn't just dictate, they told stories that inspired. According to Harvard Business Review, people are 22 times more likely to remember a story than a fact. Leaders can use storytelling to paint a vision, rally support, and inspire action. A great story connects emotionally, and emotions drive people to take action. For example, instead of saying, "Our company is growing," tell a story about a customer who benefited from your product. Stories also create a sense of belonging. When leaders share personal anecdotes, it humanizes them, making them more relatable. A powerful leader's story can serve as a roadmap for their team, guiding them through obstacles with a shared sense of purpose. You can also use storytelling to simplify complex ideas. For example, rather than explaining a technical process, tell the story of how the process helps a customer or benefits the community. This approach connects the dots and makes the information more memorable. A great story often includes a challenge, a solution, and a victory. Leaders should use these elements to frame the challenges their teams are facing and show how overcoming them will lead to success. If you're enjoying these leadership insights, don't forget to subscribe. The next chapter covers the art of giving feedback without fear. You won't want to miss it. Chapter 6. Feedback without fear. The leadership of constructive conversations. Feedback is essential for growth, but it can be uncomfortable. Leaders must master the art of giving feedback in a way that doesn't shut people down but rather helps them improve. According to Gallup, only 13% of employees strongly agree that they have received meaningful feedback in the last week. This gap presents a huge opportunity for leaders to step in. The first rule of giving feedback is to be specific. Instead of saying, "Do better," say, I noticed that your presentation could have used more data to support your claims. Clear, actionable feedback helps employees understand what they can improve. Leaders should also focus on the behavior, not the person. This keeps the conversation objective and prevents it from feeling like a personal attack. For example, say, "I noticed you interrupted during the meeting," instead of, "You're rude in meetings." Another important technique is to use the sandwich method. Start with positive feedback, followed by constructive criticism, and end with another positive. This approach makes the conversation feel more balanced and less threatening. Lastly, always encourage follow-up. Feedback should be an ongoing dialogue, not a one-time event. When leaders check in after giving feedback, it shows commitment to their team's growth and helps create an open feedback culture.